Hi, I'm Nancy Drew.
So, I noticed someone got a box of chocolates. You perhaps? From a secret admirer?
They're not for me. They're for someone named Il Dottore.
I thought that was someone's special name for you. How disappointing. Especially since I was going to ask you if I could have a piece. I'm starving. So, how do you like Venice?
Oh, it's incredible.
I think Venice is the most fascinating city in the world. Its history, its art, its layout, everything about it is so rich and so beautiful, and there's so much about human ingenuity. I absolutely love it.
Have you ever thought about living here?
I have indeed. In fact, every time I come here, I make an effort to meet new people. Having friends is very important to me, you see? But I don't want to move here until I can afford my own palazzo. So, until that day, I shall have to content myself with staying here wherever I can and as often as I can.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a journalist. Right now, I live in Hamburg because that's where the offices of Your Event magazine are. I do most of my writing for them. But I know far more about Venice than I do about Hamburg. In fact, I know more about Venice than most Venetians do. I know where the best souvenir stands are, the nicest glass shops. Yeah, I'll make you a list of the cheapest cafes.
No, that's okay. You don't need to do that.
You don't want to know where the cheapest cafes are? Are you sure you're American?
I'm just not into touristy things, that's all.
I see.
Oh, but you could tell me what your very favorite spot in Venice is. I'd love to know that.
Oh, well, let me think. That would have to be Campo San Paolo. There's something, I don't know, something very avant-garde about it that's quite charming.
So what do you think about all this phantom thief stuff?
I probably shouldn't say this, but I think it's great. A caped figure darting down walkways beside moonlit canals, melting mist-like into the shadows, escaping not with stolen money, but stolen art. It's all just so wonderfully Venetian.
You condone what he's doing?
No, of course not. It just captures the imagination, that's all. As far as crime sprees go, this one is rather refreshing. Il Fantasma hasn't physically hurt anyone, and has some very interesting ideas when it comes to what's worth stealing. In fact, it's altogether possible this phantom could turn out to be a woman. Whew, that would be a story I'd write for free.
Since you're a journalist and you're right here, aren't you tempted to write a story about this phantom thief person?
As a matter of fact, I am writing a story for Your Welt.
So, have you dug up anything juicy?
This case is so huge the police are swamped. Apparently, they've got people coming in from all over the world to help track down leads. My contacts at the police station are too busy to give me the time of day, let alone a juicy tip. However, one of my non-police sources just told me something very interesting. He said the word on the street is that the next thing the thief steals is going to be a person.
He's going to kidnap someone?
A very wealthy someone. At least, that's a rumor.
Do you talk to Colin Baxter very much?
I try to talk to him, but he's so focused on his work. Having a decent conversation with him is virtually impossible. Once, out of politeness, I feigned an interest in what he was doing, and the next thing I knew,
he was showing you his test ray slides.
Yes! They went on and on and on. It was nightmarish. I felt like a seabird that had landed in an oil slick and couldn't fly away. The only way I could escape was to confess that I found the slides less than fascinating, which hurt his feelings terribly, I'm afraid, but it couldn't be helped.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me.
The man is obsessed, which is a shame, really. After all, he's not bad looking, and there's a touch of intrigue about him.
What do you mean?
Once, while he was working, his cell phone rang. He immediately left the room to take the call, but as he was leaving, he picked up by saying, "This is Justin." Not Colin, Justin.
He's using a fake name?
Either Justin or Colin. One of them's fake.
I'll leave you to your writing.
It's been a pleasure. Pretty locket.
Thank you. My boyfriend gave it to me.
Boyfriend. You do have it all, don't you, Nancy Drew?
Hello again. Do you always wear that locket?
I've only had it a week. My boyfriend gave it to me just before I left.
I should have known. That explains why it is so, ordinary. Which is not a bad thing. It is just that, well, when one lives in Venezia, one becomes so used to true beauty that anything less tends to stand out like, dirt on a white rug.
Are you aware that Colin Baxter once spent time in prison for art theft?
How do you know this?
I did a little field research. His real name is Justin Beaumont. So you know about his past?
His past is not important. I believe everyone deserves a second chance because I am very open-minded. But my friends, most of them are not. If they knew, Colin would never find work in Venezia again. So please, Nancy, you must keep what you know to yourself.
My roommate, Helena Berg, does she stay here a lot?
This is the first time. I met her at a party which Rosetta Del Bene gave. When Elena found out where I lived, she practically begged me to let her stay here. And with Rosetta standing right there, well, I could not say no.
Why was she so insistent about staying here?
She said it was because the Nas Costa is so centrally located. Which it is, altro che. But I think it was because I am so centrally located. She is what you call a social climber. Always asking me about parties. When they are, where they are, who is invited, what should she wear, whose name should she say to get in. Che schifo! The upper class of Venezia is closed to outsiders. Elena is full of voglio, this is true, but she will never be one of them. Us.
I'm running kind of low on euros.
You are not asking me for a handout, I hope. Or a loan.
Could I maybe do some work for you and earn the money?
No.
Oh.
But do not stop with me. There are many ways for people with energy and voglio to make money in this city. Go to Rialto Market and see what people are buying. Use your eyes. Use your brain. You will think of a way.
Who is Il Dottore?
Dottore means doctor. What doctor are you talking about?
There's a box of chocolates downstairs for Il Dottore.
Someone must have left them here by mistake.
Has anything else for Il Dottore ever been delivered here?
I am up here all day. Something gets delivered, something does not get delivered. I do not know. I do not care.
I'll talk to you later.
Padronissimo. Hello, Nancy.
Guess I'll be going.
Padronissimo.
Hello, Nancy.
Who else besides Margarita knows you went to prison in England for art theft?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you, Colin?
My real name is Justin Beaumont. 2 years ago, I removed a Renoir from the private collection of a man to whom it was nothing more than a financial investment. I took it home so it would be appreciated as the masterpiece it was. Its former owner took issue with my actions. I was arrested, and I was sent to prison for a year. As for Margarita, she's the only one who knows. She says if I don't continue to work for her for next to nothing, she'll tell all her friends I have a criminal record, which would essentially end my career here in Venice, just like it ended my career back in England. If that were to happen, I'd be utterly lost.
In other words, she's blackmailing you?
What's worse, not only does she keep trying to get me to use substandard materials so she can save money on the renovations I'm doing for her, but she wants me to cover it up by lying to the Restoration Council about it. And for someone in my precarious position, let's just say resisting has been very, very difficult. Enough. I insist we change the subject.
Do you live here at the Ca?
No, I have a room in a building on the other side of the Grand Canal, a very small room. But I spend so much time here and so little time there, I suppose technically I do live here.
do you know who that box of chocolates in the entryway is for?
No, I didn't really look at it because I assumed it was for you. It's not?
No, it's for someone named Il Dottore.
Oh, I assumed they were from that locket fellow of yours. Il Dottore. Wonder who that could be.
I'll let you get back to work.
What's his name?
What's whose name?
The bloke who gave you that locket you're wearing.
Oh, Ned.
Goodbye, Nancy.
If you're here for the dance audition, take a look at the dance instruction book. When you think you're ready, and a 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow! Incredible! You go, girl! Wonderful! Wow! Wow! You go, girl! Great job! Still some rough edges, though, so take that costume home and practice. What's your name?
Nancy?
Nancy? Forget it. From now on, your name's, Punchy. Punchy LaRue.
But
Next!
I can't dance without my costume.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice warm welcome for our newest dancer, all the way from Aix-en-Provence, France, Punchy LaRue! crazy cut. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice warm welcome for our newest dancer, all the way from Aix-en-Provence, France, Punchy LaRue! Oh yeah!
Bueno.
Oh yeah!
Bueno.
Oh yeah! There you go.
Signora, ma come mai a Venezia ci sono tutti questi uccelli?
Non lo so, ci sono tanti turisti che vanno sempre in giro.
La mia lavatrice si è rotta, Vania, posso usare la tua?
Ma non lo so, devi chiedere a mio marito.
Uffa, sempre suo marito. Signora, ma come mai a Venezia ci sono tutti questi uccelli?
Non lo so, ci sono tanti turisti che vanno sempre in giro.
Ma perché ai veneziani piacciono gli uccelli?
Oh, non so, ma piacciono ai turisti.
Grazie.
This looks interesting.
Hello, Nancy.
I came across this tessera and thought you might like it.
It's quite beautiful. All the more because it came from you. Thank you, Nancy. I shall treasure it.
I should be running along.
Cheerio!
Hello, Nancy.
I hear you've been using the fact that Colin has a criminal record to try to get him to do things that may not be totally legal.
Who tells you this? Colin, he says that? Because I do no such thing. It is him. He is the one who wants to break the law. Margarita, he says. Pay me 1,000 euros, and I will find a way to save you 10,000 euros on your renovation. No, I tell him, lasciamo stare. But he keeps bringing it up.
How did you find out he had a record?
He told me. When he asked me if I wanted him to lie to the council, he was trying to prove he had experience in such things and could get away with it. And now, he is telling you that cheating on the renovations was my idea? Oh, once a liar and a thief, always a liar and a thief. This is what I get for being nice. If and when people find out I hired such a man, I will be the laughingstock of Venezia. So once again I tell you, Nancy, please, keep what you know to yourself.
I saw this case and thought you might like it to keep your sunglasses in.
You are giving me a gift? You do not have to do this, Nancy, but I like gifts. And this one, it is very nice. Grazie.
I'll talk to you later.
Bella roba.
Interesting flavor. I'm not feeling so good.
Nancy? Are you all right?
Oh my gosh! You're positively green! Nancy?
Ugh. Oh, I should so not have eaten those sausages.
Nancy, I've been worried about you. How are you feeling?
Much better. No thanks to you.
What do you mean?
Those sausages you left in my room gave me food poisoning.
What sausages? I didn't leave sausages in your room.
The note they came with said they were from you.
Well, someone else must have written it and signed my name, because I promise you, I did not leave any sausages or any note in your room. Besides, you don't think someone would give you tainted sausages on purpose, do you?
I guess it could have been just an accident.
Of course it was.
I should be running along.
That is a wig you're wearing, right?
Oh, yes, it is.
Good, because there's nothing wrong with your real hair. Nothing at all.
Nancy, what has happened?
I'm pretty sure Fongo sent his trained pigeon out with another message. Do you want me to track it?
No. Perhaps Tatsa sent the pigeon back to him saying he never got the first message, the one we intercepted. So perhaps Fongo is sending the first message again. If we intercept this one too, it could make them suspicious.
Okay by me. Just thought I'd let you know. Ciao.
What is your name?
Samantha Quick.
You are early, but please come in. Enrico is at the scopa table.
Ah, sono Enrico Tazza. Benvenuta a Venezia.
I'm sorry, but if it's all right with you, I'd prefer to speak English.
Of course, whatever you wish. What a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting you until after Carnevale.
I know, but I just couldn't wait to get started.
So, you're not only young and attractive, but enthusiastic as well. Tell me more about yourself, Samantha.
Well, I'm from the States, as you can tell, and I'm going to school in Switzerland, and now I'm here. And I think that's all that matters, don't you? Because frankly, telling my life story to someone wearing a mask is just a little too freaky for me.
I understand. Besides, having never met you before, I would have no way of knowing if what you tell me is a lie or the truth. I always wear the same costume for Carnevale. Why? Because I'm a very superstitious man. I believe that always doing things a certain way brings good fortune. For instance, I never discuss business with anyone unless and until that person beats me at the game of Scopa. Are you familiar with the game?
Yes, but it's been a while since I played.
Just to be safe, I will review the rules of the game as we play it here at the Casa dei Giochi. There are 4 suits in a Scopa deck: coins, cups, swords, and clubs. Each suit has 10 cards. 7, the most valuable card. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and ace. There are also 3 face cards: valet, knight, king. When you are taking tricks during the game, each card is worth what it says, with a valet worth 8, a knight 9, and a king 10. However, for scoring at the end of the game, 7s are the most valuable, followed by 6s, aces, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, then all face cards. For scoring, these are called primes. To play the game, 3 cards are dealt to each player, then 4 cards are placed face up in the play area. If 3 kings appear, the cards are redealt. The player who did not deal the cards goes first. When it is your turn, you must play 1 card and 1 card only from your hand. Now, you have a 2 and there is a 2 in the play area. So you will play your 2 and take a trick. I discard a valet worth 8. You cannot make a match, so you discard your 3. I discard the 2. Now, because you have a knight in your hand, which is worth 9, and there is a 6 and a 3 in the play area, 6 plus 3 equals 9, which means you have a match and you take a trick. I discard my ace, and because we are both out of cards, I deal us both 3 more cards. Ah, you have a 7 in your hand. You also have an ace, which is worth 1, a 4, and a 2 in the play area, which add up to 7. But there is also a 7 in the play area. So, which do you match with your 7? The 3 cards that add up to 7, or the 7? The rules say when presented with such a choice, you must take the trick by collecting the single card. And so, you match your 7 card with the 7 card in the play area and take a trick. I make a match with the valet and take a trick. You have yet another 7 in your hand. Now you match it with the ace, the 4, and the 2 and take a trick. And since you have taken the last card in the play area, you say Scopa and get a point. We continue to play by discarding and taking tricks until all 40 cards have been played. At that point, we count the points we have won by taking tricks and getting Scopas. The first person to get 11 or more points wins. If no one has 11 or more points, the deck is shuffled, the other person deals, and we play another round. Are you ready to play?
You bet.
Scopa! We've played all our cards. You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table.
No points for me.
I get 1 point for having the most tricks. I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas. Scopa! Scopa! You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. I have the most valuable tricks, so I get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas. You cannot take several cards. I took the last trick, so I get all the cards remaining on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. I get 1 point for having the most coin cards. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. Scopa! You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. You get 1 point for having the 7 of coins.
No points for you.
Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas.
Scopa! Scopa!
You took the last trick, so you get all the cards left on the table. You get 1 point for having the most tricks. You get 1 point for having the most coin cards. I get 1 point for having the 7 of coins. Now, let's add up what each card is worth and see who got the highest number of primes. You have the most valuable tricks, so you get 1 point. And lastly, we score the scopas. You won. Nicely played. And because you beat me, we can finally talk business. I have a client who desires the Sad al-Melek sapphire. Have you heard of it?
Of course.
The Sad al-Melek is said to be the largest and most beautiful star sapphire in all of Europe. As you probably know, its current owner is a man named Vladimir Thanatos, who keeps it at the Palazzo Zateri, guarded by one of the most sophisticated security systems ever devised. Even someone with your youthful energy and talent will find stealing it a challenge. which is why I suggest you contact Gina as soon as possible.
Gina, good idea.
The more time you give her, the more details on the system she will be able to give you. There, business is over. Back to pleasure. Do you have time for another game of Scopa?
No, I'd better get going.
Good luck, Samantha. As soon as you have the sapphire, bring it to me.
Pesce fresco, presto,
La mia
venite, pesce
lavatrice si è
fresco.
rotta, Vania. Posso usare la tua?
Ma non lo so, devi chiedere a mio marito.
Uffa, sempre sto marito. Signora, ma come mai a Venezia ci sono tutti questi uccelli?
Non lo so, ci sono tanti turisti che danno sempre il cibo.
Ma perché ai veneziani piacciono gli uccelli?
Non so, ma piacciono ai turisti.
Grazie.
I need my Italian dictionary.
Vuoi andare a cinema, Vania? È un bel giro.
I need my Italian dictionary.
Non hai tempo? Devi studiare?
No, devo studiare.
Alla prossima, ciao. Scusi, posso farle una...
Hello, Nancy.
I should be running along.
Drop by again?
Well, you certainly look better than the last time I saw you. What happened?
I made the mistake of eating the sausages that someone left for me. Apparently they were as nasty as they looked.
That's terrible. Who would have left sausages for you?
The note that was with them said they were from Colin.
Colin? You'd think someone who can see a flaw in a tiny little tile from 3 meters away would be able to pick out decent sausages.
He says it wasn't him. He says someone else wrote that note and left the sausages for me.
Why would someone do that? He probably just doesn't want to... What do they always say in the movies? Cop to it. Anyway, the good news is, whatever was in those sausages didn't do you any permanent harm. You're back to your cute, spunky teenage self.
What made you decide to stay here this trip?
I met Margarita at a party last October, and when she heard I was going to need a place to stay when I made this trip, she practically begged me to stay here.
She begged you?
Did she ever? She's lonely and quite insecure. She wants to believe she has lots of friends in high places, but they're not her friends. Not really. And I think deep down she knows that, poor thing.
I should get going.
Have fun!
I'm too far away to see anything. The handwriting on this envelope is the same as the handwriting on the note that came with the sausages, which means Colin sent them. Or should I say, buongiorno?
Hey, Nance. I was hoping you'd call.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Sort of. I mean, I'm in Bayport, staying at Frank and Joe's, just like you arranged.
You sound funny. What's wrong?
My research is going great. It's just that, well, in order to get over to the hospital library, I've been having to take the bus.
What happened to your car?
Joe happened to my car.
Oh, no. He's been tinkering with it?
If by tinkering you mean disassembling the engine and possibly the transmission and strewing the parts all over that closet in the basement he calls his workshop, yes, he's been tinkering with it.
Ned, I told you. I said whatever you do, don't let Joe do any tinkering.
I didn't know that's what you meant. He said he knew exactly how to fix that funny noise my car's been making, so I said great. I thought he knew what he was doing.
He does know what he's doing. It's just going to take him like half a century to do it. But hey, you're taking mass transit. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I'm fine. And I'm sure my car will be fine too. So how's it going there?
Hey, before I forget, thanks again for the locket. I haven't taken it off since you put it on me there at the airport.
Good. That was kind of the idea. I just wanted you to have a little reminder of home. Well, more specifically, of me.
I don't need any reminders, Ned, but thank you. It really is beautiful. Even the guy I sat next to on the plane over here who played solitaire the whole way liked it.
It passed the semi-neurotic but otherwise thoroughly impartial geek test? Yes.
The palazzo where I'm staying, the Ca Nascosta, has some beautiful artwork in it, some of which is being restored by this guy from England who's kind of a head case.
A head case? How so?
He's your typical temperamental artist, very sensitive. You have to be real careful what you say and do around him or he'll go off on you. And he forces everyone who talks to him to watch this slideshow on mosaic tiles that is boring beyond belief.
And your point is?
Maybe he's deliberately making people avoid him because he's doing something he doesn't want anyone to know about.
Or maybe he's just clueless. Which reminds me. Hey, Joe, Frank called while you're out in the garage. Said to remind you to pick up the basketball tickets.
Oh, shoot. I almost forgot. Thanks.
Sorry, Nancy. Where were we?
I'm sharing a room with a woman from Germany who's a journalist, which makes me kind of nervous.
Why does that make you nervous?
Because journalists are kind of like detectives. They're observant, they ask questions, they snoop.
And you're afraid she'll find out you're working for the GDIF.
Exactly.
Man, as long as you stay on your toes, the last thing anyone's going to think you are is an undercover cop. Trust me.
Want to know what my assignment is?
You bet.
I'm supposed to do surveillance on a guy named Antonio Fongo.
Surveillance? Wow.
The police suspect he has something to do with the thefts being attributed to the Phantom. They page me every time they see him go into his office so I can watch him through binoculars from the roof of the place where I'm staying and report in if he does anything suspicious.
So has he done anything suspicious?
If you call receiving messages carried by pigeons suspicious, then yes, he sure has.
He's using pigeons to communicate with someone? In this day and age?
Well, if he is up to something and thinks the police may be tapping his phone, which they are, it actually kind of makes sense.
It just sounds so...
messy?
That's the word.
Breaking news! It looks like one of the people with whom Antonio Fongo has been secretly communicating is someone here at the Ca. It may even be the person who's been orchestrating all the heists the Phantom has pulled.
You mean one of your Ca mates could be a major criminal?
Yes.
Well, you don't have to sound so happy about it.
I'm not happy. I'm just excited. You know, nervous.
Uh-huh. So what happens now?
The GDIF wanted me to plant bugs on everyone at the Ca. That way, if the police turn up something solid against one of them, they can activate their bug, track them down, and make an arrest.
I liked it a lot better when all you had to do was watch somebody through binoculars.
You know the saying, it takes a thief to catch a thief?
Yeah?
Well, in order to get in good with this guy named Enrico Tazza, who may be fencing stuff for the Phantom, I have to steal a very heavily guarded sapphire from someone's palazzo.
You have to steal something? The police are in on this, right?
No.
Don't you think you should tell them?
It wouldn't change anything. I'm still going to do it.
Nancy, you are talking about committing a crime.
Ned, I know what I'm doing.
Just let the police know what you're doing. That's all I ask.
I better get to work. Tell Joe I said hi, okay?
I'll let him know you called and tell him what you've been doing. Take care.
Bye.
Nancy, is everything all right?
Other than the fact that Enrico Tazza wants me to commit a felony for him, everything's fine.
He wants you to commit a crime?
He thinks I'm someone named Samantha Quick. Have you heard of her?
I'm not free to say.
Well, apparently she's a thief. A very good one. So good, he wants her, me, to steal the Sadal Malik sapphire for him.
That is wonderful, Nancy.
It is?
The Sadal Malik was stolen years ago, so whoever you will be stealing it from is not its rightful owner anyway. And once this investigation is over, we can recover the sapphire from Tazza. And if you steal it for him, he will truly think you are someone he can trust.
You'll help me, right?
Oh, no. You must do this on your own. If we make it easy for you, he might become suspicious, and everything would be ruined.
What if I get caught?
We will let you go, of course. But you will be dropped from the case and be forced to leave Italy immediately.
Great.
As for this Samantha Quick person, do not worry. We will take care that she does not show up unexpectedly. You can do this, Nancy. You will do this. I am confident.
Glad somebody is.
Claudio, hai letto quell'articolo sul giornale riguardo questo fantasma?
Looks like some cards are missing. Oh, shoot. Fongo's on his way. Z. Y. Z. A. T. T. E. E. Z. A. T. T. E. R. E.
Hello, Nancy.
I'll stop pestering you now.
Bella roba.
Would it be all right if I picked some flowers?
Go ahead. Prudence got them from a plantation in Hawaii, the Healy Research Center. They grow like weeds.
Think I'll grab a little shut-eye.
Our locket's gone.
I know. He took it.
And the police found nothing? No fingerprints, or microfibers, or DNA, or TNT, or whatever it is they're always rooting around for these days?
They didn't find a thing, and they were here for hours. They're not even sure how he got in.
This is highly disturbing, Nancy. I sent you over there to unmask this villain, not to be victimized by him.
Believe me, Miss Rutherford, after what happened last night, I'm more determined than ever to catch this guy.
Well, having that trinket torn from your neck seems to have brought out the pluck in you. Whereas having that figurine stolen from the Piano Nobile seems to have brought out the greed in Margarita. When I reminded her that her insurance company would reimburse her for its loss, she was downright giddy. Oh, good heavens, someone call the police!
What's wrong? Are you all right?
I mean the fashion police, dear. You should see what my assistant decided to wear today. Definitely not a minette originelle. What in the world is on your head? Oh, please take it off, you're scaring Ginger. Thank heaven she came in the back door. If the neighbors saw, oh, the scandal. Enough tomfoolery. Off with you, Nancy. That rogue has stolen quite enough. I insist you find him forthwith. Toodaloo!
I'd better see who's calling. Hello?
Don't ever do that again.
Do what again? Who is this?
There's only one of me. I like it that way. It's going to stay that way.
Samantha?
Do what you have to do for Tatsa, but after that, the charade ends. Got that, sister?
But who are you? Where are you? How did you know it was me?
Good questions. Too bad I'm not going to answer them. Just finish up and go back to River Heights, Nancy. Oh, and say hi to Ned for me.
Who is she?
Why do you say that? It's not my fault that figurine was stolen.
This could be interesting.
It most certainly is. You left the door unlocked.
I most certainly did not. You were the last one to leave last night.
I always lock the door. It's part of my routine.
You're just trying to blame someone else so you won't be fired. Ooh, since you're not about to blame Nancy.
Indeed, I am not.
You're glad her locket got stolen, aren't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
You're the one who's being ridiculous. Interesting Chinese puzzle box. Where'd you get it?
Oops, there goes my pager.
Hello, Nancy. What's wrong?
The person who left me those bad sausages. It was you after all.
No, it wasn't. I told you before.
The handwriting on the note they came with matches the note I found in that book on religious relics. The one that belongs to you.
All right, yes, it was me. But I had no idea those sausages were tainted. I just thought you might like them. I tried to lie my way out of it because I couldn't bear for you to know that I made such a ghastly mistake. But before you write me off as a feckless liar and an utter fool, just know that I am truly sorry. Causing you to be miserable was absolutely the last thing I wanted to do.
Well, I'm fine now, and everyone makes mistakes, so apology accepted. But I'm still kind of mad that you lied to me.
I don't blame you one iota, but I'll make it up to you. I don't know how yet, but I will. I promise.
That box, it wasn't there before, was it?
No, in fact, I just won it in a card game. It's a Chinese puzzle box. Beautiful, isn't it?
Why do they call it a puzzle box?
Because to open it, you must solve a puzzle, something which so far I have been unable to do. It's very light, so even if I were able to open it, I doubt there'd be anything valuable inside. The bloke is a bit of a ne'er-do-well, so I'm not surprised. However, Margarita has taken a fancy to it and is thinking about buying it. That's why I haven't taken it home.
Would it be okay if I tried to open that Chinese puzzle box?
I'd love for you to have a go at it, but it seems a bit fragile, and until Margarita makes up her mind about buying it, I'd rather no one muck around with it. Sorry.
While I was looking through your book on religious relics, I noticed you made an appointment to see that chalice the Phantom just stole. The chalice of Saint Gervase?
That's right, I did. As a mosaicist, I'm always interested in seeing how stones and jewels are inlaid in metal, so I arranged to see it outside its case. Magnificent piece of work. My timing was magnificent as well. 2 nights later, it was stolen. How's that for coincidence?
I'll let you get back to work.
Drop by again.
Ooh, great mask. I like it.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Tschüss.
Whoa, that's Margarita. What's she doing there?
come stai?
Bene, bene, tu come stai?
Grazie.
Bene, ma ti ho visto anche ieri.
Sì, ci vediamo sempre perché facciamo la stessa strada.
Ciao.
Ciao. Vuoi andare al cinema, Maria?
No, assolutamente no.
È un bel film. Dov'è il caffè Gin Gin? Mi hanno detto che è molto buono.
Gin Gin. Ah, lo conosco, è molto vicino, 2 minuti di qua.
È buono, è un bel posto. Ah, allora ci andiamo assieme? Sì, andiamo insieme.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice warm welcome for our newest dancer, all the way from Aix-en-Provence, France, Punchy LaRue! Good job, Punchy. Here's your tips.
Hello, Nancy.
I need to get going.
Cheerio. You can't stay away. This is good.
I need to get going.
Come back anytime.
Uh-oh. Your microscope isn't working. I can't see anything.
It was working fine a minute ago. How could you break it, Nancy? Something so vital to my work, so critical. How could you be so careless?
I'm pretty sure it's just a burned-out bulb.
Oh. Well, I'll just have to find you another one. In the meantime, why don't you have a go at the mosaic? Use the tesserae from that bin and create a mosaic that looks just like that photograph. With any luck, by the time you finish that, I'll have found us another bulb.